Hello and good day, everyone. My name is Basil Baginda, and my matrix number is 77492. And for this class, MPU 3182, which is Philosophy and Current Issues, I'm going to talk about the hottest current issue right now, which is regarding the LGBTQ community. The title for my talk today is What is the LGBTQ plus community and the problems and persecution they face up to now in Asian countries. I hope all of you enjoy. Thank you. First of all, today I will be talking about the LGBTQ plus community. So as an introduction, I will explain to you what does LGBTQ plus means. The first one is L, which stands for lesbians, and to Mariah Carey, that means legendary. For G, it's gay, which is gorgeous. For B, it's bisexual, which is beautiful. For T, which is transgender, equals to tantalizing. And Q, which is queer or questioning, stands for quality. And the plus stands for other spectrums of the non-heterosexual relationship, such as non-binary or asexual and pansexual, and etc. So I hope you all enjoy that acronym, and we'll jump to the next one. And here is the reasons why we should respect and treat this community as our equal. Mistreating or being hateful towards the LGBTQ plus community clashes with human rights, and those communities are humans too and should be valued, loved, and cared for, and accepted instead of cast out due to their gender or sexual orientation. We should abide the national philosophy, which is the Rukunegara, which according to the fifth principle, it is courtesy and morality, which we should have courtesy towards this kind of people. Not a bad thing, because courtesy towards the LGBTQ plus community, treating them as our equal, and we should not cast them out because they're different than what our society role was or is. And moral, as in we should act morally towards each other, which we should not being hateful towards them because that's immoral. And if you learn pendidikan moral before, you should not hate on a certain people on because of what they are or what they have. Fun fact break number 1. There are listed around 25 to over 50 types of gender orientation, sexual preferences, and in general just orientation of what they are. And they are not listed here today, which is sad because I only have like 10 minutes to do this. But one day, perhaps, if my course insists, when we can explore more of these sexual orientations and see what their problem is in our society, because it should not be really a problem. It's not a problem to start with. There's nothing wrong with loving your own gender or having a different sexual preferences than the heteronormative sexual that is imposed on us by plenty other society reforms. But love what you love, and I hope that you achieve what you like. The first problem and persecution we'll look at today is the warrant of arrest made on Nur Sajat, more commonly known as Sajat, by JAIS, which is Jabatan Agama Islam Selangor, with 112 police officers. 112 police officers just to catch an unarmed woman that is believed to have gender changed herself, or a man dressed as a woman, which is very homophobic, very transphobic. Oh, God, like. But it's not scientifically proven that she is not a woman. So I don't know what's the big deal here. They wanted to arrest her because she did not attend Mahkamah Sharia, which is the Sharia court, which is the Islam court, where she should be declaring her gender towards the public. A woman not guilty of any crime that supposedly affect anybody's lives, and being true to herself is getting arrested. And while child molesters and rapists are still out there with no warrant of arrest. The many problems that the Malaysia government is suffering from, but no one seems to care. But youngsters, apparently. I'm very sure up there in the Malaysian government, someone really cares for these type of people. They wanted to arrest all these rapists, child molesters, all these very problematic people, but because of the whole government is not in a correct position right now, it is being ignored. So while persecuting on the LGBTQ plus community that does nothing to you is okay, but a rapist that is still out there is roaming free and able to rape other people because Malaysian government. So this is the story about humanity and the right to have choices, not about religion, because religion is a very complex topic and I don't like to talk about religion, especially in this multicultural community or country that we live in, because everyone have their own beliefs and I respect that. So I'm not going to talk about Jais because Sajat is Muslim, so I can't say anything about that regarding how their religion view the LGBTQ plus community. But this is more about being human, because every human has a religion, but not every religion has that particular amount of people that's inside it, no matter what you believe in. So she is being chased as if she was a deer hunted by a pack of wild dogs. So see how you see it. And where is the humanity of being cautious towards one another? It doesn't matter the gender or sexual preferences, but it's more along the lines that she's human and she should be treated right too. She doesn't need 112 officers to arrest her. Why is it so severe that they have to send 112 police officers? I know that the police system is very corrupted right now. I don't want to talk about that because, I don't want to get arrested myself. But yeah, they have a lot of things going on. Like they want to follow America too. Fine, do it your way. But I'm sure to stay out of it. So for fun fact break 2. So I really want everyone to know this because I'm very sure some of you don't know this. Some of you may know this, but I found it myself like a few months ago. So let's break it down, shall we? So homosexuality exists in other living beings, such as for animals, the examples are lions, monkeys, dolphins, penguins, and etc. And this sums up to 1,500 different species of animals practices homosexuality without being shamed by their heterosexual counterparts. So how can humans apparently be more civilized than animals? I'll let you sit and think about that. And homosexuality occurs amongst plants too. So, for example, they can change their gender because of stress due to climate change or the weather, because they need to reproduce too. So some of them have the ability to turn a female flower into a male flower, or have two genders in one flower so that they can pollinate themselves and then spread throughout the earth. Now we jump to the second problem and persecution. So apparently conversion therapy is conducted in Indonesia. I just found out that too. So conversion therapy, if you do not know yet, is a form of therapy conducted by anti-LGBTQ plus community who uses manipulation, false conduct, exorcism, because it's apparently sinful and they think Satan has evoked the homosexuality into you, and sometimes perversion in the form of corrective rape. Rape is still rape, so it doesn't matter if it was corrective or just plain rape. It's still rape, okay? To force the individual to become heterosexual, and when other methods proves to be not reliable, or it doesn't work that way, you cannot pray the gay away. Apparently, sorry to pop your bubbles. So yeah, moving on. Hence, this is why many LGBTQ plus friendly countries ban these types of therapy due to the nature of it, because it's being queer is not a crime, okay? Unless you kill someone because you like them, then that's a crime. But loving one another with consent is not a crime. So after conversion therapy, most patients needed to see a real therapist. So conversion therapist is not, like in what they say in BM, tidak bertauliah. So they don't have a degree in psychology to be a therapist. They just, some religious people can come in and say, go away, homosexuality. Because why not at this day and age? So many of these people might have to go see a real therapist, because, during conversion therapy, like, no one really knows what's inside conversion therapy. So if there was some form of manipulation or corrective rape or exorcism, which might cause physical or mental harm to that particular person, and then they will be plagued by depression, anxiety, stress, and sometimes suicide could occur, because they're too depressed to think of what they are, because due to that conversion therapy, they think it's a crime. And then once they realize that they are still in the LGBTQ plus community because of what their sexual preference is, they think they just might better be off than they living a lie sometimes. So conversion therapy, not a win. So for fun fact and break number 3, so very happy news amongst the depressive thoughts of conversion therapy. So Thailand, most recently, is the very first country in Asia to pass the bill on same-sex union. Oh, God. Making it the first country to recognize homosexuality other than label it as a sin or a disgrace, but accepts its community and making them equal as a heterosexual couple. So congratulations, Thailand. 2 thumbs up. And now we come to the last and third problem and persecution. So we are traveling to Singapore now. So first we are in Malaysia, and then we had to go to Indonesia, and then Thailand, which very happy for Thailand, and now we're in Singapore. So transgender rights for sexual reassignment, as in either by surgery or eating pills and taking hormones. So back in January, a few students in Singapore was arrested outside of the Ministry of Education Singapore for doing a demonstration about transgender rights for sexual reassignment surgery. So yes, they got arrested for doing a very peaceful demonstration holding the transgender flag in front of Ministry of Education Singapore. Because, Lee Kuan Yew's grandson is also gay. So I don't find what's the big deal here, because he got married back in 2 years ago. Not causing drama or anything, but very suspicious of you of Singapore. I heard a lot of stories from Singapore. But this, as a part of human rights, anyone that wants to change something about themselves that they are not happy about could change it either by means of eating pills or by surgery, which is why people have breast implants, Botox, and other physical reassignment surgeries, such as fixing a crooked nose. you allow that, but not gender reassignment surgery, which sometimes doesn't even require surgery. Most of the time it does, but sometimes they just use pills. So I don't find, if you follow the universal law of like, why would you want to change yourself? God made you that way. Then why do you wear breast implants? Why do you put Botox in your face? Why don't you just let the wrinkles show, or let your, like, stay small or anything? God. So why being biased towards sex reassignment surgery? That's what I want to know. As a conclusion, the LGBTQ plus community still faces troubles wherever they go. For example, the United States of America, known as the land of the free, still faces troubles dealing with inequality regarding this special community of people. What more to say those having other parts of the world, for example, Asian countries, which is a third world countries, where the thinking is not quite up there yet, not quite being open enough to accept this. But I believe that once everyone grows up and the minds open up, that this could be accepted in our communities one day, hopefully, such as Thailand. This is okay to a certain extent, because as time grows, people grows to be open. But there will still be that certain amount of people that decided that anyone with a sexual preferences that is not normal to their ideal, which is the heterosexual norm, does not deserve human rights to live, which is wrong. Like, everyone is a human, everyone has rights to live. Sorry. Which is clearly not the case, because as human beings, we should treat others equally and not bring prejudice towards race, religion, beliefs, sexual orientations, and gender. So, I hope that settles all of it. So thank you for watching, and I wish all of you have a nice day, and see you next time, perhaps, that if I have the opportunity to make a part 2 of this video, but most probably not, because this is a one-off thing. So bye.